tough day for the Bears all around in every facet of the game. Team loss, again, basically on defense, will go from, when you give up those kind of yards, it's tough sledding. You put your offense in some hard situations. We got to be able to get off the field on those 3rd and 14s, and it's simply just doing what you're supposed to be doing at the right times. And, we just got to execute at a higher volume and do a better job with that offensively. We talked about it all week, protecting the football, and we did the opposite. We put some drives together, and then you turn the football over, and a good team like that is going to turn that into points. Just on the injury front, we sustained some more injuries today. It was awesome to see Raylan come back. And, again, North Dakota State is a hell of a football team. They do a nice job year in and year out. They're one of the best teams you'll see. And, I know they had a hard week, so we were going to see the best Bison team that we could have possibly seen. And sure enough, they came out and executed better than we did.
We talked earlier in the week just about having to control the line of scrimmage against a team like North Dakota State. And they got the best of you there. Just what you see line-wise, both sides of the ball, to where they were able to kind of control it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They moved the lines of scrimmage on both sides. And, again, pretty much had it any way they wanted on both lines. They created pressure with their defensive front, which is one of the best in the country. Our defensive front was decent at times, but we have to be more gap sound and be able to make the plays when you need them. And even, the plays when we have a body on a body, when they're falling forward for 5, 6, 7 yards a carry, you're going to have a tough day at the office.
You bring up those long 3rd downs, especially in that first half. There were just guys running free as far as wide receivers and tight ends, fullbacks, just kind of getting free on when you guys are out on defense. Just what was contributing to some of those guys, blown coverages, or just kind of guys getting wide open?
Yeah, they do a nice job on the perimeter in regards to giving you different pictures. And, we had some guys have some eye violations and had their eyes in the wrong spot, not necessarily schematically, but you got to watch your vision keys. I mean, you have to watch the right thing. You have to understand, route concepts, who's doing what. And, like you said, they can't be that open. And some of it was us giving them things, and others was them running by us and getting open.
Coach, you know that you can't teach size and speed. Math is for them. 6'7". He had 2 big touchdown catches for them. How difficult was it to, I guess, maybe try to take him out of the offensive equation for them and stop him?
Yeah, he's a good player, and I think the majority of them was decent coverage. It's just, like you said, he's 6'7", maybe. I stood by him. He's a pretty tall guy. We got to make sure that, we're still competing and fighting for balls, and to make sure, because as a DB, if you're going against a guy like that, you have to affect him at the line. We weren't able to do that. And you also have to make sure you can get some late finishes, and we weren't able to do that either.
Second game in a row, Jordan gets this call, right? He's got to start because Jacob's injured. What do you think about his performance and how he was able to handle what they threw at him at times, just trying to escape and extend the play?
I think it was spotty. I think sometimes he handled the pressure well and was able to make some throws, and other times he turns the ball over, and that's the name of the game. We had 4 turnovers. We couldn't create any. And again, when you want to stay competitive in football games like that, when you want your football program to get on a level of a nationally ranked football team, that's not how you win. That's how the score ends up how it is, and we have to be able to sustain drives and put the ball in the end zone, and then on defense be able to get off the field, create more opportunities for our offense.
How do you stay patient with, number one, you played a tough schedule, number two, you're playing a lot of young guys?
Yeah, it's certainly we have some growing pains right now, but I believe in where this football team is going and where the direction of our program. I believe that we have good players in our locker room that need to continue to grow up and mature in multiple ways, and mentally, physically, in every aspect. The schedule is tough. We've played ranked team after ranked team after ranked team, but again, like I told the guys in there, I said no one's going to come bail you out. There's no one that's going to show up magically and save you. We have to save ourselves and play hard for each other and continue to practice hard, try to get better each week in some phase. Is it going to be tremendous growth and leaps and bounds each week? No, that's not reality. But we do have to find something to get better and improve on each week, because it's always darkest before the light. All the players are, they're down. The staff is, they're down but not out. You can't ever. We've played 4 games. All right, we had a long season. We can't just, quit on our process, because we believe in our process and it works. We've all got championships to our name, whatever the wins, losses you want to say, we have those. And we can do that with the guys in the room. We just got to keep fighting and find a way.
So you like the direction. People on the outside are going to see 1-4, but you're on the inside, you're seeing where the direction's going. Just how are you able to come out and say, I like that direction we're going in?
Yeah, I am. I see the day-to-day. I see their hearts. I see who they are as people. I see how they handle their business on and off the field. Sometimes that doesn't show up on the scorecard. Again, whether it's playing a number 5 team in the country, number 10 team in the country, a top 25 FBS team, you still have to compete and come to play and work. And, there's talent there. Obviously, you can always, recruit and fill some spots here and there. But, again, we got a young group. We're beat up right now, but we have to find a way, starting with me. Everyone can look at the record, and they're going to say what they want about me, which is perfectly fine. 1-4 is what it is. You have to be able to take the arrow in the forehead and try to move forward and do the best you can along the way.
How important is it to see the small victory, though, in the fact that there were times where you guys were competitive, right? And there were just a couple plays either didn't make or that went their way. How do you look at that and say, hey, guys, this is the positive that we have to take away from this to keep building? Sure,
there's positive. No matter how bad it is, you're always going to have certain things to fall back on and show during film and show during meetings that show signs of hope in life. And again, the guys, they see all the things going against them. They see the things people are saying, the injuries, the schedule, all this and that is, a lot of that is just excuses, guys. And we have to understand that as a football program that, once we set our standard here, that's the standard, and you expect to go out and compete and stay in and win some games. And that's what we're going to continue to do. I can promise you no one wants it more than the guys in that locker room and the guy you're sitting up here looking at. And we're going to get it corrected, and we're going to keep moving forward.
What's the status of Jacob going forward?
Status is not good. He's, I was going to tell you on Monday, he's going to have season-ending surgery. He will be out for the remainder of the year.
And that's AC?
Yeah, it's AC joint. It was a pretty good separation of that AC joint. It didn't cooperate with us in regards to being able to be functional as a quarterback.
So, Coach, what does that mean for you as far as sitting with Jordan? Right, it's now his team. Right, it's now his job to lead this team the rest of the way through a tough schedule. So, how do you sit down with him and say, okay, let's see what you got?
He's up right now. He's the guy. I think he practiced pretty well. I think the guys believe in him. It's not for lack of belief. They do believe in his game. If he can take care of the football a little better, his numbers don't quite look like that. If he can just make good decisions, and I know this is a minuscule part, but when you're thinking about the whole game, like prime example of his youth and having played a bunch of D1 football is, on the 3rd and 8, we're in range to go 2 downs, and he scrambles, throws the ball to J-Rob, and we lose 15. And all of a sudden we're going to go for it on 4th down, try to go score, to almost out of field goal range. And that's just the small intricacies that he has to continue to focus on. And he has to lead the guys. He has to be able to walk in the room and they go, I believe in you, we can do this, and inspire.
Tough way to end the first half. I think you give up 13 and they go down and score, and you have interception when you're trying to score there. It's a big swing.
Yeah, it was a big swing. And I thought we got him back a little bit at halftime. The staff did a nice job in the locker room, getting him back, getting him ready to go. But yeah, that was certainly, again, one of the things I'm talking about, 3rd down stops and turnovers, both of those in about 2.5 minutes. And again, those are killers. Even if you're not playing the number 9 team in the country or whatever the Bison are, average teams, you can't do that. You can't do those type things in order to be successful. But again, by no means, I want everybody to understand this team isn't going to just lay down and bow out. We're going to continue to fight and scrap with whoever's available to play. You have to play with 11 on each side every single game. As long as we have 11, you're going to see the Missouri State Bears out there trying to fight and win some ball games.